Hello and thank you for joining me. My name is Alan and today we're going to be looking at bug out locations. And more precisely, I'm going to give you a few options that perhaps you hadn't thought of that may well serve you as a bug out location should there be a need for you to evacuate. Let's crack on. So putting aside the usuals, member of your family, friends, work colleagues, that sort of thing, there are other options. They're not going to be perfect, but they're options. And it's something that you should consider because it isn't just the bug out location. The places that I'm going to suggest in a moment will also serve you now in everyday life. So first of all, if you fish, then there is a potential. It's quite easy to join a fishing club, and many clubs allow night fishing. So you then have a reason to be at that property or that premises, if you like, outside of normal hours. The vast majority that have night fishing, fishing clubs are fenced off fairly securely, if not to keep the otters out of the water, but obviously to keep unauthorised people walking in. Many are gated, there's parking areas, quite a few have things like chemical toilets, some even have toilet blocks and running water. So that's an option, because if you fish, the fee that you pay each year, you'll be going fishing, getting outdoors, enjoying the sport. But if something happened, that's a bolt hole, isn't it? You can go there quite legally because you're a paid member, you're entitled to be there, you're not trespassing. It's private, it's relatively secure, and as I say, in some cases, there are amenities there. So you could bivvy up, as the cart boys like to do, or, just gives you an option for perhaps a few days. Another option that's worth considering is an allotment. If you have an allotment, you might have a little shed on there, you have access to water, again, you've got a right to be there. I don't know, so I'll be totally honest, if there are any restrictions about the times that you're allowed to be there. I suppose it would depend where they are, and perhaps it's down to individual allotments, but I don't know that. I'm just giving it as an option. If you have an allotment, not only can you produce your own food during normal times, but again, potentially it's a bolt hole that you can go to if there's a problem at home and you need to get away. Obviously, this is all going to be incident dependent. If it's a nuclear strike or the area is contaminated, then none of the options that I'm going to offer you are really going to be beneficial. But for everything else, there might be some merit in them. Another one is a garage. Now, you don't have to be a council tenant to apply for a garage. You can be in private renting or you own your property. So it's worth going to your council's website and having a look. And if there aren't any available immediately, put your name down on the waiting list, because that is another good option, isn't it? Not only have you now got somewhere off-site to store some stuff, if God forbid your house caught fire or there was a localised event and you needed somewhere to go, you've now got somewhere to go. It's not going to be ideal, it's not going to be very hot, it's not going to be perfectly warm, but you can always have materials in there to insulate it a little bit. If you've got a power bank, you're going to have some form of electricity, a gas stove, something like that, and that might just give you somewhere to go, at least for the short term. As I say, won't suit everyone, but it's an option that's out there. So get onto your council's website and find out what you do about renting a garage. Yes, there's going to be a fee involved, but at the end of the day, that's much cheaper, isn't it, than you scraping your pennies together, which you may or may not be able to do, to purchase a holiday let or a property out in the sticks that you're going to use for holidays and as a fixed bug out location. So unfortunately, a lot of these things do have costs involved, but it is what it is. Another option are campsites. This country is riddled with campsites. There's also the Camping and Caravanning Club in the UK that you can join. I think for 2 adults that plan to camp, it's about 53 quid a year. And that gives you discounted rates at campsites, but also means that you have access to their certified campsites. And these are generally private and only available for club members. So that you don't get all, Tom, Dick and Harry turning up there as you would in a normal public campsite. Many of them are in secluded areas and they're fairly small. They might only have the capability or the capacity rather for 5 or 10 units or tents or whatever. And as you can see on the map that's just popped up, those circles with a number in it denote the amount of campsites that are just for members in each geographical area. And then you'd click on that and then it shows you the location. So there are lots and lots of options. Many of them are open all year round. Most of them have got running water, got a toilet or shower block. Some have a shop on site, but it's another option. Something like that, you could have cheap holidays or weekends away during peacetime, for want of a better word. But if problems are getting iffy, you've got somewhere perhaps that you can head to. And if you identify some of those that you think that you would use in a bug out location, and you do go there for weekends or for holidays or short breaks, and get to know the staff, so they're gonna, get to know your face, then if there is a problem, they're more likely to be able to offer you assistance or help because you're known. So to recap, have a look, fishing clubs, potential for that. To rent a garage from the council, an allotment, campsites, and specifically the Camping and Caravanning Club, because for all the reasons that I've already said. And I suppose, although I haven't been in donkey's years since, last time I was a teenager, but perhaps a youth hostel association. I don't know if that's a viable thing. But hopefully this will give you some ideas. Perhaps some of them are things that you've not thought of. And I would love to read your comments. If you've thought of something that I haven't mentioned and it's not top secret, then please consider sharing in the comments and we'll help everyone else. If you found the video useful, consider subscribing. Give us one of them, and as I say, let's have your comments. I know a lot of people want to bug in and not going to bug out, but at the end of the day, if you take it down to what it really is, the only reason you're going to bug out is because there is a threat to life or you have to, yeah? The good lady's got the hump with you and she's black bagged you or something, but you know what I mean? You're not going to go unless you really, really have to. But you need options at various distances from where you live, because it depends on the incident, and in different cardinal directions for exactly the same problem. But hopefully those options that I've suggested will get your brain going. You might think, yeah, that's a good idea, or no, that's a pants idea. I intend to do ABC. Anyway, I'm waffling. See you later. Take care.